Every week, roughly 800 million people use ChatGPT without paying a cent. Based on reported figures, serving those people costs OpenAI billions of dollars a year. Not marketing dollars, compute dollars. Electricity, silicon, and data centers, burned in real time for users who generate zero revenue. Free is the single most expensive line item on OpenAI's books. And here's the part nobody says out loud. This is not a mistake. It is not generosity. It is a deliberately engineered subsidy structure, and someone, right now, is paying your bill. By the end of this audit, you will know exactly who, and you will know the date range when they stop. Start with where the money actually comes from. OpenAI has 3 revenue streams: consumer subscriptions, the $20 a month ChatGPT Plus tier and its heavier siblings; enterprise contracts, companies buying seats in bulk; and the API, developers renting the model by the token to power their own products. Now look at the user base. Based on publicly discussed figures, roughly 95% of ChatGPT users pay nothing. 5% or less carry the entire consumer business. That is the first layer of the subsidy. The paying minority funds the free majority. Every Plus subscriber is not just buying answers. They are buying answers for 19 strangers they will never meet. Why would any rational company design this? Because the free tier is not a product. It is infrastructure. It does 3 jobs no marketing budget could do at this scale. Job 1: acquisition. ChatGPT's customer acquisition cost for free users is effectively the cost of inference. No ads, no sales team. The free tier is the top of a funnel with 800 million people standing in it. Job 2: data and habit. Every free conversation trains user behavior, and it trains the market. When an entire generation learns to think by typing into one text box, that text box becomes a default. Defaults are the most valuable real estate in software. Job 3: a moat made of scale. Any competitor who wants to match ChatGPT's free tier must also match its losses. Free, at this size, is a weapon. It bleeds you, but it bleeds smaller rivals to death first. So there is your comfortable answer. Paying users subsidize free users. Mystery solved. Except it isn't. Run the numbers, and the subscription revenue does not come close to covering the free tier. The 5% cannot carry the 95%. The math has a hole in it, a multi-billion-dollar hole, which means the real payer is someone else entirely. Follow the gap. Based on reported figures, OpenAI's revenue has been growing at triple-digit rates, from roughly $3.7 billion in 2024 toward a reported run rate several times that. Impressive. Now put the second line next to it. Losses of roughly $5 billion in the same year, with internal projections, as reported by multiple outlets, showing cumulative losses in the tens of billions before the decade ends. Revenue is growing fast. Losses are growing faster. In software, that sentence is supposed to be impossible. Traditional software has a gross margin around 70 to 80% because serving one more user costs almost nothing. You write the code once. Distribution is free. Scale is where software companies go to print money. AI inverts that. Every ChatGPT query runs on GPUs that cost tens of thousands of dollars each, drawing power in data centers with multi-year build timelines. Each new user does not cost approximately zero. Each new user costs real, recurring compute, forever. Inference cost scales with usage, which means at OpenAI, growth does not dilute costs. Growth multiplies them. This is the structural difference the market keeps refusing to price in. AI is not a software business. It has software's valuation and a utility company's cost stack. So who fills the gap between what users pay and what users cost? 2 names. First, Venture and institutional capital. OpenAI has raised tens of billions across successive rounds at escalating valuations. That capital is not patient money. It is money that priced in a specific bet, that OpenAI reaches profitable scale before the funding environment turns. Every free query you run is a fractional withdrawal from that bet. Second, Microsoft. And this is the detail most coverage gets wrong. A substantial portion of Microsoft's reported multi-billion-dollar investment was not delivered as cash. It was delivered as Azure compute credits. Microsoft did not simply fund OpenAI. Microsoft became its landlord, and the investment comes back as cloud revenue on Microsoft's own income statement. Read that structure again. The money goes out as an investment, comes back as a bill, and the bill is paid to the investor. So when you ask ChatGPT a free question, the cost cascades like this. You pay nothing. The Plus subscriber covers a sliver. Venture capital covers the bulk. And Microsoft converts the rest into Azure consumption it books as revenue. You are not the customer. You are not even the product. That framing is a decade out of date. You are the collateral. The 800 million user number is what justifies the valuation, and the valuation is what raises the capital, and the capital is what pays for you. The entire structure holds as long as one condition stays true. The next round is always bigger than the last burn. History has a name for products financed this way, and history is unambiguous about what happens next. Every subsidized free product in modern tech history walks the same three-stage path. Stage 1. Subsidize. Burn capital to make the product irrationally cheap and acquire the market. Uber did it with rides. Netflix did it with pricing. Google did it with everything. Stage 2. Entrench. Once switching feels unthinkable, tighten the value screws. Rate limits appear. The best features migrate behind the paywall. The free tier stops improving, quietly, without an announcement. Stage 3. Extract. Prices rise, tiers multiply. Advertising or its equivalent arrives. The subsidy reverses direction, and the users who were subsidized become the ones being harvested. ChatGPT is currently exiting Stage 1. The evidence is already public. Usage caps on free users, flagship models gated to paid tiers, enterprise pricing climbing, and reported internal exploration of advertising. The screws are turning on schedule. The verdict. Is ChatGPT free? No. It is prepaid, by investors betting they will own the default interface of the next computing era, and by a landlord who profits on every query either way. Is the free tier sustainable? Structurally, no. The cost of serving free users scales with the user count, and no subscription minority can outrun that curve. The free tier survives exactly as long as capital markets stay generous. Not one funding round longer. Will you eventually pay? You already do, with behavioral data, with habit formation, with your position in the funnel. The only open question is when the invoice becomes denominated in dollars. The audit finding is final. ChatGPT's free tier is not a product decision. It is a leverage position on your future spending, and leverage always gets called. This has been the Stack Anatomy. Subscribe to the Stack Anatomy. We'll see you in the next dissection.